Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. My name is Smingle. Hope you guys have been enjoying this jazz because this is a very jazzy game. We're not going to be anything but jazz. I hope you're all doing well. I'm really looking forward to getting back into this. Hello, Az is here. I got up and had a shower just in time. Haha, excellent. Very well done. Truly inspirational. Very well done. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm looking forward to getting back into this. I am, in hindsight, glad that I didn't continue yesterday, even though I could have done. Oops, that's turning up. Because I think we'll have a nice time now. I'm hoping to get to the end of this. I think we will get to the end of this case by the end of this session. Maybe if it's very quick, we could start on the next one. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Hey Sticky Spirit, thank you so much for coming here, being such a regular. It really does make me very happy to see you both. I hope you're doing well. I've done another interview today. That one's hopefully going up next week, Tuesday. The problem I've got currently with interviews is I think I've done about 8 interviews. One has gone up. The other one was meant to go up yesterday. But the problem I've got is that because I'm official now, I've got officially being now part of the Sky Temple podcast. The episodes have been sent to someone, the manager basically, who lives in Australia to review before he says it can be uploaded, and then it's sent to a guy in America. I don't know which coast. I can't say which time zone he's in. So obviously Australia is completely opposite time zone to me, and America isn't much better. So it's a long time before they can actually be uploaded. By the time I've gotten the okay to upload the episodes from Australia, the guy in America is already. Well, no, I'll get the okay when I'm asleep. I can therefore only say it can go up to the American guy, when I wake up the next day, and by then he's asleep. So there's no solution. there's very much no good time for me to say like, all right, let's get this uploaded. Can we get it up for Tuesday? And it's Tuesday currently. They're like, no, maybe Thursday morning will do. So I've got that current problem, but hopefully I'll be able to get around that at some point today. Anyway, that's PMD stuff. I've also decided that once I finish this series, I'll go back to doing some more. That sounds rough. It sucks a little bit. It just means I'm like a day behind, and I really should have foreseen that coming. I've decided that once we finish this series, I'm going to go and play probably Cryptic Conundrum, which I've heard is a very good PMD hack. And then I'm going to continue with some sort of art streams, because I want to get back into doing art for my hack. Once Hacker Jam is over, which might be over soonish. I think it's in 2 weeks' time. Right, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's jump right into this, because I'm looking forward to more of this. I think this game is really great. I love the music in this game. I love the characters. I love practicing my accents with this game. Really is a very, very good benefit of this game. Also, you guys seem to be enjoying it, which is obviously a huge plus. Right, let's get it straight into it, shall we? Load. Yes. Steam just told me a thing, but I've yet to. Oh, speaking of Steam, I still haven't opened Grand Chase again recently. Another nightmare overtakes your sleep. Oh yeah, so what happened last time? We finished the court case. I really liked CC. You played CC? Yeah, I really need to play CC. I've heard so many people like reference it or talk about it, what it did and such stuff like that. I feel like I need to play it. I can't believe I haven't played it. I think it was a while back. Is this just a slowed down version of the main theme from the title? I think it is. Yeah, it definitely is. Wow, that's fun. You clutch the note tightly in your hands as you read it. I'm sorry, Tyrion. There are so many things that I wanted to tell you, so many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you, I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes, peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. Her eyes! I don't understand. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is stop the execution. If you can just distract the knights long enough, you can save her and run away. You'll have to abandon your home, but at least she'll still be with you. Hello? As you try to sprint towards the gallows, the knight grabs your arm and pulls you back. Hey, kid, you can't cross this point. Hey, stop that! You try to fruitlessly break his grip by striking him with your bare hands. But he barely feels anything through his armor. You continue delivering blow after blow to him, but it does nothing. I forgot to hit record. God damn it, I keep doing this. Please remind me tomorrow to hit record before I start. Your knuckles start bleeding. Just spontaneously. Irritated by your behavior, the knight pins you to the ground. Damn, kid. You desperately struggle against him to no avail. And from this position, you have no choice but to watch what's happening. But wait! Stop! You make eye contact with your mother one last time. Her body goes limp. You stare blankly at the hanging body. No, this isn't. Mom? You clutch a note tightly in your hand. You feel a comforting yet fleeting warmth from it. Mom! You didn't buy the onions! You forgot to buy the onions, Mum! I can't make my spaghetti bolognese without the onions! Gotta eat some more spuds, because I'm Irish. Tyrion? Celeste, I... You snap back awake. It was another nightmare. Why is it so dark in here? You notice that tears are streaming down your face. You quickly try to bring up your sleeve to wipe them away. You realize that Celeste is firmly gripping your hand. Well, why are you... sorry. You were shouting in your sleep. But you seemed to calm down a little whenever I held your hand. So I've been doing that. Oh. Tyrion, are you okay? You're not. Well, you've been acting weird since we arrived in Oranax. It's nothing. It's not nothing. Does it have something to do with your mother? In the past 2 nights you've been calling out for her in your sleep. Please, just talk to me. I'm your friend, aren't I? You never even realized it. You didn't have many people in your life after you left Oranax. You only had Miss Tamora, and she never wanted to talk about what had happened. Sorry, there's no hat. But Celeste, she's been there since you started your career. Of course she's your friend. It all happened a long time ago. We lived here together in that old house. My mother was a merchant, and a mage. Your mother was a mage? But I guess the gift of magic skipped my generation. I could never use it. About 10 years ago, my mother's business partner was found murdered. And they found traces of magic at the crime scene. They thought that your mum did it. Miss Tamora was my mother's defense attorney for the trial. She did everything she could to get her acquitted, but she could never find the real culprit. They found her guilty for first-degree murder. I tried to stop her execution, but... Your voice starts breaking. Tyrion, I'm sorry, Celeste. What? Coming back here has brought back so many memories. I thought that I'd already moved on from what happened. If I could just keep saving people as an attorney, then perhaps I could put all this behind me. But I'm back in Oranax, and those feelings are still fresh in my mind. ... It's like I'm still the same powerless child from 10 years ago. I know that I've been taking that out on you. I'm really sorry. Don't be, I get it. I know what it's like to lose someone like that. She does, doesn't she? No. When my dad was murdered, you were there for me. If it weren't for you, I would have still believed that he died hating me. Celeste, I... Celeste slowly clasps your hand within hers again. Feels warm and comforting. Has this been the warmth you've been feeling within your nightmares? So just let me be here for you. You can feel yourself dozing off. You have to snap yourself back awake. She's so boring! Haha! Just kidding. Sorry, the last few days have been a little tiring. It's okay, just focus on falling asleep. I'll stay with you for as long as you need me to. I fell asleep immediately, because this conversation just bored the fucking hell. Yawn. I mean, she's yawning as well. Even she knows it's boring. I'm also feeling pretty tired, though. I'll just rest my eyes a bit. God, you're so boring. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're finding it amusing. For the first time since you arrived in Oranax, you finally received a good night's rest. Yeah. Are you telling me we beat that guy in chess without even having a good night's of sleep? I don't know how long we've been here, but oh well. You wake up the next morning feeling well rested. You feel almost a little too rested. You feel really reluctant to leave the comfort of your bed. ... Penguin. Celeste, are you there? Your hands feel warm. Ah, that's adorable. Guys, this is guys, this is adorable. I'm calling the police. It's too. I didn't consent to this. Dot. You can feel your heart stop. You died. You're having a heart attack. Celeste. Ugh. What do you want? What do you want, you bitch? I'm sleeping. Leave me here. Epic hate scene. Ads. Don't ruin it. Ads. I'll ban you. I know you're a mod, but I can do that. Her eyes slowly open as she wakes from her equally restful sleep. I wonder if you can ban me. I've never really thought about that. She drowsily scans her surroundings. Ah! You both dart out of the bed. Naked! So, you seem to be doing better? You're okay, right? Yes. Thank you for last night. Poor phrasing. Yeah, I'd agree. God, what was his voice? Meaning hand-holding scene? You know what? You're absolutely right. That shit should be censored. I can't believe they wouldn't censor hand-holding. Uncensored hand-holding? Is this an 18-plus game? I can't believe it. Insane in the Rain music. I can't believe you would make music for a game that's this depraved! Huh? What's wrong with you? This isn't for kids. Despicable. What was this guy's voice? Hello? Are you there, Mr. Cuthbert? Ah, what the hell? Your soul nearly jumps out of your body. Suddenly hear Asta's voice, and it's extremely loud. Hand-holding music, yes? Hell yeah. I bet this song is just called, like, hand-holding 18 plus censored. You look around to see where he is, but he's nowhere to be found. Asta! Ah, thank the Scaled Lord, I've finally gotten through to you two. What? Where are you? I'm using a spell to speak with you right now. I apologize for contacting you in this manner, but I was worried that something had happened to you two. You guys weren't holding hands, were you? That shit's illegal in 17 different states. You aren't married and you're holding hands? Disgusting. I'm no longer a fan. Right, of course. Anyways, what do you want at this time of day? This time of day? Mr. Cuthbert, it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You guys have been holding hands for that long? I'm calling the police. What? 3 p.m. You missed the entire morning. It's called Smitten. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's called Smitten. Hell yeah. Like I'll be wearing mittens to hold hands with, because you should always use protection, folks. Don't quote me on that. I hope everything's okay. Did something happen? Yeah. No, everything's okay. She just participated in I didn't give consent for this hand holding. Anyways, if it's already this late, we should head over to the refinery. Yeah, the investigation. Let's do that immediately. Celeste immediately power walked out of the room. You quickly follow after her. She's not letting go of your hand, so you have no choice. If you're heading to the refinery to find if I meet you too, there's something I'd like to ask you. Are you getting married? Sure. Wonderful, I'll see you at the town square. If you're not getting married, then I'll kill you. I brought a gun. You quickly meet Asta in the town square while you walk to the refinery. You and Celeste walk to your destination with purpose. A little too much purpose. This is almost as if you're trying to distract yourself from something. I wonder what that could be. Every time you make eye contact with Celeste, she quickly glances away. Things are a little awkward, but you much prefer this over the tense mood between you two yesterday. I'm so glad this is taking a romantic spin, by the way. I love romance stories, just in general. The only manga I read are like romance manga. I'm so glad. Because I feel like Ace Attorney was always... I don't really know. Ace Attorney didn't really partake in any romance, really, did it? You know, if it was there, it was always tongue-in-cheek. Like, one character was just way too obviously interested in another character, and the other character wasn't really having it. Boring ended to happy. Yeah, good stuff. Anyways, Aston, what was the spell you used earlier? That's Tyrion's voice when he's self-conscious. It lets you speak with us without being there. Oh, that was a conjuration spell. It's called Send Message. I just feel a little bit uneasy that you can contact us out of the blue like that. More importantly, you're a little worried about what he might have seen. And don't worry, the spell is perfectly harmless. I can give you the parameters if you'd like. Ooh, this is probably going to be useful. For the duration of the spell, the caster projects their voice to communicate with the target. Anyone within 30 feet radius of the target can hear the caster's voice. The caster can also hear sounds close to the target, allowing for two-way communication. Okay. Doesn't say anything about... It doesn't say anything about range. The target must be a person known to the caster. That person must also be conscious, otherwise the spell will all fail. Alternatively, the spell target can be an object that is attuned with the caster's magic. So there's no range? You can just do this forever as long as you know the person you're talking to? Dang, that's a good spell. I like that. Send message. Hell yeah. They never really touched romance. This game does, and I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Hell yes. Hell yes. Who's Steelwind in love with? This guy? I love it. Looks like it only facilitates communication. You definitely didn't see the embarrassing state that you two were in. Yeah, guys. Guys, wear mittens when you handhold, please. You're not married. Despicable behavior. By the way, I'm not trying to be rude, but why are you following us? Oh, yes. I was still trying to think of the proper method to ask you. Can I be your best man? But you both seem to be on edge at the moment. What do you want? What did you want to ask us? You already told me about the traces of transmutation at the refinery, but the trial yesterday really highlighted the significance of that. I can't simply stand by if I was witness. Sorry, I did that. That was me. I haven't very got good manners for a prince. I can't simply stand by if I was witness to a murder. And? May I join you on your investigation, Happy Fear? Fear? Why is he scared? Is he anxious to ask this, or? You're questioning his motives for a variety of reasons. He was the only other mage that was at the scene of the crime. Between him and Rika, you definitely trust Rika more. Alright, I see no reason why not. If that suits you a concerned look, you subtly gesture for her to keep an eye on Asta. She nods in acknowledgement. Asta is your prime suspect right now, and he has to be aware of that. But if you keep him close to you, you might catch some dissonant thoughts through the eye. Cool. You arrive at the refinery and see that several knights from the Inquisition have already arrived. A Frenchman. You glance at the damaged walkway and see a Frenchman there with a few of his knights that aren't French. He seems to notice you too, but he only pays you a passing French glance. Scotland. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert, I've been waiting for you. Been for quite a while, may I add. Right, sorry about that. I suppose you have your reasons, and you're more than proven yourself worthy of my trust. Although, the Drakenjin gives Asta a suspicious side glance. He appears to have come with the same conclusion that you did. Well, you've given me little reason to doubt your judgment. I will leave the investigation in your capable hands. Speaking of the investigation, where should we start first? Now that we've gotten the Inquisition involved, we might want to learn more about the magical traces at the crime scene. We look at Commander White, who is inspecting the walkway. It's probably your best bet for getting more information about the investigation. Okay. He's at the walkway, is he? Okay, interesting. Let's talk to him now. Oops. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't trust this face. He looks like a little cat. He looks like a sleazy old bastard. I don't like him. I'm quite pleased that you worked with your work during the trial. I'm glad I put my trust in you. Thank you, but we're still a long way from getting a case dismissed. And showing the possibility of a murder definitely makes things much more complicated. I see no reason to blame yourself. You merely play the cards that you were dealt. Honestly, I'm still trying to make sense of what happened. Do you have any idea who the second victim might be? Celeste is definitely the most expressive character in the game, largely because of this romance. That's great stuff. I mean, I love Celeste, so she's great. I have no idea. But all of my other employees are unaccounted for. I doubt that it was anyone who worked for me. But then who was it? Aside from Justin Way, every employee who works at the Arcane refinery is accounted for. Justin is the only Drakenjin employee who fell into the vat of corrosive materials. Maybe it was Justin. I think it maybe was Justin. Or there's going to be a great plot twist. Maybe Justin is just hiding. I think Justin could be just hiding. I think it might be the Eye Taker, because we've not met him yet. And I think Justin has a reason to maybe kill the Eye Taker. Justin fell in first, though. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was Justin who fell in because maybe he was threatened to go there or be there or something like that. Justin fell in, and then, or he was pushed in or something by the Eye Taker who was there, and was all fell in afterwards. Someone else pushed him in, or maybe Eris has mind controlled him a bit. Maybe she was the one doing that. If I'm thinking, maybe I might be onto something there, but I don't know. I like my theories. Mostly because I was almost completely right in the last case. To be perfectly honest, I'm a little concerned about how many unauthorized people were there that day. Here's the point. It seems strange that Justin, Regan, and Morrison were all there. It's a possibility. Well, I'm confused as to why Morrison was there. He was just showing them around, but why was he let in? Is there no security here? We haven't really touched upon like security in this place. Why would those people be let in? To say, go to the walkway. Oh, it's you two. And who's this? Wait, the hell? Commander, please don't. What the hell are you two doing with the Crown Prince? What? Oh, it appears that my cover has been blown, as they say. Did he just say that you're the Crown Prince? Ah, yes, my full name is Aster de Wyvengard 1V. IV. IVs, like in Pokemon. Anyway, heir to the throne of Wyvengard. Occupation. Prince. I love that. That is technically an occupation, I think. I don't really know. Probably. This entire time we've been speaking to the heir to the throne. I was hoping that it wouldn't come to this. Oh, sorry, Your Majesty. Please, none of that. I would much prefer if you all continue to call me Aster. No, I could never. You've never seen the commander this flustered before. I mean, he is French. Oh, why did you find the need to hide this from us? I didn't want you to think less of me. I admire your work, Mr. Cuthbert, which is why I was afraid you wouldn't speak to me if you know the truth. In a way, he was correct to assume that. As a member of the royal family, he represents everything that you and Mr. Moore are fighting against. But he does look like a sincere and genuine person. At the very least, you haven't seen anything incriminating through the Eye of Horus. Anyway, this complicates things greatly. Aster is your primary suspect, so if he did commit the murder, you would have to implicate a member of the royal family. A nobleman is one thing, but would convicting him even be possible? This is a good system of law you've got going on. Well, no matter what, you won't stop seeking justice. Hell yeah. Doesn't matter who you're facing, be they man, king, or god. And princes aside, you came in to talk to the commander about this investigation. Since Aster is accompanying you, he might be more inclined to share details with you. Ooh. Let's tell the investigation. I'm surprised that the Inquisition is even here. I thought that you were all busy investigating Aster's missing ship. Oh wait, you know about that? Commander glances nervously at Aster. We wanted to put more of our people there, but Lady Steelwind insisted that we focus on the Dracogen case. As you should. I would much rather you find justice for Justin Way. That's far more important than looking for some musty old ship. Here? He does have some, like, strange reactions. Is this kid for real? Right. Have you discovered anything magical? Have you discovered anything about the magical traces here? We did take a look at it, and it's definitely suspicious. The only rails with magical traces on them are these. And the fact that we can still see them means they were left within the last 48 hours. It's looking pretty likely that someone used transmutation on the rails that night. Still doesn't make any sense, though. Why would someone weaken these rails specifically? I have no idea. I'm just as confused as you are. If this really is foul play, then someone knew that Justin or some other person would be in this exact place. Yeah, wow, maybe it was a murder. Has the Inquisition found any evidence to prove my theory? You mean about the second person falling into the vat? Sorry, kid, but it is not that simple. The body of that Justin's fella sort of dissolved. That's quite gruesome. If another person had fallen in, their body would have dissolved too. But we could only find some bone fragments, blood, and a lot of metallic shards. Have you been able to use divination magic to identify the bone fragments? Yep. The ones we found all belong to Justin Way. No bones, no signs of bones from another person. So I was about to predict maybe Justin Way didn't fall in and he pushed another guy in, because if it was so dissolved, then... But if they found bones and they could identify those, then cool, it's Justin. Good stuff. Inquisition were able to fish out several pieces of bone matter and metallic shards from the vat that Justin Way fell into. Bones belonged to him, none of the bone matter found belonged to another person. It was only his bones in there. Interesting. I still think maybe it could have been an illusion that fell in as well. That's another possibility. I always come up with like a lot of possibilities for this, don't I? I don't actually come up with that many theories. A lot of possibilities I'm thinking of. So, Justin was definitely one of the people that fell in. You can't really fake that, I don't think. I thought so too, yeah. I don't think you can really fake bone identification, so... There wasn't any evidence of another person falling in. Your theory of being incorrect then? Are you sure that you and Morrison saw a person fall into the vat, Aster? I definitely saw someone fall off the walkway and break the guardrails. Although thinking back on it, I didn't recognize who exactly that person was. I'm so glad I chose this voice for performance. The harbour master and I were pretty far away, and it wasn't well lit. Oops. Do you think the second victim's body fully dissolved? That might explain why we can't find any bone matter from them. No, if my theory is correct, then the second person fell in minutes after Justin fell. Wouldn't make any sense if that person's body fully dissolved before Justin's. Why can't you find any bone matter of the second person? By the way, Drake and Jim might want to hear about this. If it was illusion magic, they would probably leave a trace of it though, so I think actually we have to get rid of that theory. How would a second person fall in, not leave any magical trace or physical trace? I don't know. We'll get there. Whee! This game! If the liquid is so volatile, how are you able to take things out of the vat? The liquid isn't volatile anymore. When the harbour master and I reported what we saw, the workers poured some sort of alchemical solution into the vat. Yeah, according to them, that solution neutralized the evocation magic in those chemicals. From what I hear, the magical liquid in these vats is usually blue. The solution that they poured in turned it green. Yeah, unfortunately it was too late. By the time they'd neutralized the liquid, Justin's body had already mostly dissolved. And if they hadn't neutralized it so quickly, we probably wouldn't have found anything from the victim. Okay, interesting. When Noah and Aster reported the accident, the refinery workers poured a yellow alchemical solution into the vat. They usually neutralized the solution to turn it green. They usually blue. If they hadn't neutralized the liquid, everything in the vat would have been completely destroyed. Well, what does this change? What does this change? I feel like this is hugely important as well. Although there was a clue in the there was a piece of evidence in the previous case, the smell in the classroom. That ended up not really mattering. It was just something he did to cover up his tracks, but I'm not really sure why he did that. It didn't end up really mattering. So I think there are red herrings in this, but I don't think. I feel like this isn't going to be one of them because we just learned it too late. Why would this matter? Maybe it's possible that the second person's bones were completely destroyed before they neutralized the liquid. Maybe somehow Justin did fall in afterwards, or his bones were taken out and then put back in? I don't know. This is really tricky, Sticky Spirit. I still can't believe that you've been the Crown Prince this entire time. I wasn't trying to deceive you. I was just worried that you might treat me differently if you knew the truth. Oh, right. Should I call Steelwind over here for you? She'll probably want to see you. No, I think it'd be best if you didn't. Oh, I remember now. If you're the Crown Prince, that makes Prosecutor Steelwind your fiancé. Oh! Right, Lady Figure mentioned that during the Nightgrave case. That's why the name Aster sounded so familiar. You saw it in her thoughts. That Miriam. She's caused me much trouble by publicly revealing my magic marriage to Lady Steelwind. I'd hope to keep it a secret for much longer. Oh, a secret, okay. Where is Prosecutor Steelwind anyways? She always investigates these crime scenes herself. She said she wanted to investigate the disappearing ship personally. She seems really hell-bent on finding the people responsible. They did attempt to kidnap the Crown Prince after all. Oh, she must really care about you, Aster. No, I highly doubt that. Oh, he's genuinely sad about that. Okay. What? Our marriage was arranged by our parents well before we were born. That's cool of them. She had no say in the matter, and I know that she only tolerates me for the good of our kingdom. I'm sure she still cares about you. No, I can tell by the way she behaves around me. Her hands quiver with rage. Also, she's 8 years younger, and she can't even bear to look at me when I speak to her.
Damn, I can't believe she even treats the crown prince like that. She may be my fiancée, but our marriage is purely political. She endures so much because of her name. I guess you aristocrats have your own share of problems.
Okay, cool, interesting.
Prepario Arcane.
Okay, that hasn't changed. Okay, let's go to the square. Hello. Still don't understand. How did the Inquisition only find organic matter from Justin? There has to be a second person that fell in.
A theory definitely sounds plausible. At the very least, I can't think of any other explanation.
This case just throws curveball after curveball. Luckily, we're professional baseballists. Where should we go next, Tyrion? We're here at a dead end with the contents of the vat. Maybe we should hold hands for a bit longer, but we'll put mitts on this time. We'll be careful. Don't want to accidentally make a baby. But we should still speak with Dracogen and find out what we found. Tell him about what we found. We might be able to see something that we can't. Alright. Actually go back to Dracogen then, okay. Vat contents. Dracogen, we spoke with the Inquisition about what they found in the vat. They could only find bone matter belonging to Justin. Or that and several metallic shards. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't wonder what those are. What? Hold on, Scotland. I want to go fuck up. I'll slap you across the jaw. That can't be right. I know, I was hoping to find some hard evidence to prove my theory. I'll have to find another approach to prove it.
No, that's not what I meant. There shouldn't be any solid matter in those vats.
I'm doing Irish again. Are you talking about the metallic shards? I just assumed this was some kind of magical byproduct.
No, the refining process requires that everything in the vat remains a liquid. Solid matter would absorb the liquid's magical properties and take the entire batch.
So the metal shards weren't supposed to be in there? You think they came from the broken pieces of the railing? Possibly. We'll want to double check it with the commander to make sure, but this is definitely strange. We need to take a moment to work through all of this. From what Dracogen said, there shouldn't have been any solid matter in those vats. I've already confirmed that the bone matter that they found came from Justin's body. That leaves another question. How did the metallic shards appear in the vat? Where did the metallic shards come from? Can we appreciate where this started with? The killer murdered the killer. Confirm. No, is that really not true? The killer was thrown into the killer. The killer jumped into the vat. A metal object jump into the killer. Alright, fine. We'll pay attention. I don't think Reek had anything to do with it. A metal object was thrown into the vat. A metal object was thrown into the vat. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Whatever the object was, it probably dissolved into the shards that Orm found. I love that the deduction music processes as you make deductions. That was Carlos's idea. Oh, really? Was it? That's cool. Yeah, I actually didn't notice, but I think it's really cool. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing, though. What should the magical liquid have done to the object? Magical liquid in the vat was extremely volatile. It was destructive enough to reduce an entire human body to a few shards of bone. The vat liquid should have completely destroyed the metal object. The object would have been completely destroyed. We shouldn't have found any metal shards in the first place. Right, but we did find them. How do you explain that? Come on. Not something happened that prevented the magical object from being fully destroyed. The vat liquid was neutralized shortly after the accident was reported. Well, no. Oh yeah, it does. It does update. You're absolutely right. When Noah and Morrison reported the accident, the workers immediately neutralized the liquid's magic. They did this in an attempt to save Justin, but it would have also stopped the liquid from destroying anything else within the vat. But that's when we find those metal shards. And whatever the metal object was, it was only partially destroyed. That means that it fell into the vat around the time that Justin fell into the vat. If it fell a while before the accident, it would have dissolved completely. And if it fell after the accident, it wouldn't have dissolved at all. Furthermore, whatever the object was, it was probably as large as Justin. Ooh. A large unknown metal object, fell into the vat around the same time that Justin Way fell into it. The magical liquid reduced it to several small metallic shards. Okay, here's my theory. Justin did not fall in first. Someone else fell in first. And then Justin and whatever this was fell in. So the first guy was absolutely vanquished from the face of the earth. And the second guy, Justin, obviously his bones were left and this is left. And it must have been around the same size as Justin, which is impressive. It does say around the same time that Justin Way fell in. Maybe Justin did fall in first, but the second object was this metallic thing. I don't know what it would have been. Some kind of construct. We haven't gotten any indication that there are constructs, around at all. Oh wait, shit! But Von Sanctus owns that constructs company. He was the one who's in charge of the constructs, and we know that he wants the Dracogen guys gone. Guys, I have a huge brain. It's absolutely massive. I think this is a setup from Von Sanctus. Makes sense. I know Ads is like screaming right now because I've just figured out the whole plot, but basically. Do you think this metal object has something to do with the second victim? Maybe they were holding it when they fell in. I'm not sure, but it's definitely possible. We should take a closer look at the metallic shards that Commander White found. Those shards might help us identify the second victim. That person even exists. Oh, no one's being reported missing, so I think a construct is very likely, actually. We're going back to this guy then? Here we are. Commander White, you mentioned that you found several metallic shards in the vat. Do you mind if we take a look at them? Sure, just don't give us any bright ideas about taking anything. You'll also want to avoid touching them with your bare hands. The liquid is neutralized, but it definitely ain't good for your skin. I'm not doing his accent right anymore, well. The commander motions to one of the Inquisition Knights. After a few moments, he brings a large barrel filled with metallic shards. What? There were that many? What could have possibly fallen into the vat? Well, I suppose we should get started. Ugh. Spend some time closely inspecting the metallic shards with Celeste. Shards are only the size of small rocks, and it's difficult to find any discerning features. Any lock on your end? No, I haven't found... Celeste? I think I found something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, though. Celeste pulls out a metallic shard with some sort of engraving on it. Unlike the other shards, this one looks far less damaged. The engraving on it looks like some sort of crest. That's the crest of House Von Sanctus. I've been standing here watching you guys do this and not helping the entire time. Isn't he the noble that's charging Dracogen? Guys, I'm a genius. Did you guys know this about me? That I have the biggest brain known to mankind? A large unknown metal object fell into the vat around the time that Justin Way fell into it. Magic liquid, yeah, blah, blah, blah. One of the shards has the crest of House Von Sanctus, the noble family that controls the city of Orinax. Hell yeah. Well, I doubt that Lord Von Sanctus was the second victim. Aster, do you know who would have a house emblem like this? Well, normally only the Lord's retainers would have the emblems of his house. Well, I doubt that Justin was the one who had this in his possession. Do you think that one of Von Sanctus's retainers fell into the vat that night? It's definitely possible, but if that did happen, why haven't we heard about it? Lloyd Von Sanctus would have the resources to keep something like that out of the public eye. The only way to know for sure would be to ask him ourselves. But even if we could talk to him, he would never cooperate with us. You glanced at the prince. Someone of his station would have no trouble meeting with Lord Von Sanctus. An idea begins to form in your mind. Unless... what is it, Mr. Cuthbert? Aster, do you think you could help us interrogate Lord Von Sanctus? Really? You need my help? In this instance, it would be very difficult to speak with him by ourselves. But as the Crown Prince, he would be much more inclined to speak with you. Of course, I'd be happy to help. Oh my god. I never thought this would happen. This is fun. You won't be overplaying your hand by utilizing Aster this way. Still wary of the prince, especially since he is one of the few mages at the scene. Will this really work, though? It's not ideal, but it's the only lead we have so far. But it still bothers you. Haven't you found any bone matter from the second person? Maybe you're overthinking it. You should pursue every lead and see where it takes you. I've already figured this shit out. And to do that, you need to find out where Lord Von Sanctus is. Okay. Go to the cafe? I haven't been to the cafe yet. I'm going to quickly check it out before we go to the manor. Rika, are you there? You went to Rika's cafe and find the place completely empty. Completely empty. You see a sign on the front door that says, "Reads closed for today." Looks like she closed the restaurant for today. Since the Inquisition is involved now, they might have taken in for questioning. I really wanted to go into detail about what you saw, but it looks like we have to go somewhere else. I think, even if they hadn't taken her in for questioning, I think she still would have had to close for the day. I think all businesses probably would have had to close for today, because we're still in a blockade. No one's able to get in or out. 100%, all these restaurants that are flooded with people who are stuck in the city have definitely run out of food by now. I don't know about how big larders are. I don't think there's any fridges. There might be magical fridges, maybe? I think these places are going to start running out of food soon. It doesn't take long. Shit goes off, dude.
Repario Arcanum.
Copy that, let's go to the manor. You know, am I wrong? So this is Von Sanctus's house. More appropriate to call this building a palace rather than a house. Oh, what's that smell? As you head further into the manor, you're hit with a very pungent and sour odor. It almost burns the interior of your nostrils every time you inhale. Well, we're here. You look around the manor and don't see anyone nearby.
It looks like Lord Sanctus isn't home at the moment. Perhaps we should try looking somewhere else.
Oh. Okay. A long flight of stairs leads to the upper parts of Lord Von Sanctus's manor. You're a bit tempted to swim around, but it's best not to take such risks. Well, that's it.
Repario Arcanum.
There's no magic. Okay, they're just not here? Cafe again? No. Refinery? No. Walkway? Where am I going? Hello? Square? Oh. We mustn't let such idealistic notions throw our nation into chaos. You arrive at the town square and so see Lord Von Sanctus speaking to several spectators from a podium. There's Lord Von Sanctus.
He appears to be giving some sort of a speech.
You do your best to remain hidden from his view while you listen in.
Please understand, the actions of the nobility seem callous. However, we only have your best interests at heart.
This controversy with the Dracogen Trading Company is just one of the many examples. These so-called unions that men like him support may seem appealing. They only obfuscate and hinder the nobility from protecting the working class. This game hates the upper class people. I really love it. Men like Stefan X Dracogen are merely charlatans. They seek only financial gain by strong-arming your true benefactors. True benefactors, what a joke. I knew that Von Sanctus was wary of Dracogen, but I never expected him to be this zealous about getting rid of him.
I think it's less about Dracogen specifically and more about what he represents.
What do you mean?
The Dracogen Trading Company has presented tangible proof that his policies are both effective and profitable. Even businesses that have no affiliation with him have started following his example. Von Sanctus is merely a relic of the past. I think he knows that his archaic ideals won't survive in this landscape.
I can only hope that our grand kingdom recognizes this danger as I have. This pompous noble leaves the podium as the citizens ponder his words. I feel like I should have traded their voices. I feel like he should sound just like Aster. Ah, what a load of garbage. It's obvious that Lord Sanctus knows his days are numbered. But look at what happened. We let the common folk set their own standards and a young man died. I guess you've got a point there. You saw Von Sanctus get into a carriage shortly after his speech. Busy be heading back to his manor. Cool. Let's go back to the manor then. Manor. Don't quote me. Have I finished my tea? I've not. Delicious. Just have to chug it. It was getting to lukewarm, and that's when tea becomes inedible. Wait, Tyrion, isn't he going to recognize us? We can't really avoid that. If we want to question him, we need to speak to him directly. Even a noble like him would have to act civilly with the crown prince present. You mean like how civilly embarrassed and insulted him a few days ago? Right, you completely forgot about the chess tournament. Well, it's not as if we can hide our identities from him. I faced him in the chess tournament, and I am Dracogen's attorney. He knows what we look like. What we look like? Wait, that's it! What? Illusio. Oh wait, what are you? What did we do?
Wow, that's quite impressive, Celeste.
Right, I've been practicing that one. What are you two talking about?
I think you should see for yourself.
The prince gestures towards a nearby mirror in the walkway. You reluctantly approach it. Just what exactly did Celeste do to you? What? Why do I look like Reese Rudolph? Oh my god, this guy's back? I thought he turned us into Aster. I suppose impersonating royalty would be 100% a crime. But this is fun. I wasn't expecting this guy to come back from the first case. Hell yeah. What was this guy's voice though? Wasn't it like... Why do I look like Reese Rudolph? No, he was more like a parrot. Why do I look like Reese Rudolph? He looks great, right? Eris told me that one. Eris did? Do you honestly expect him to fall for this? He's probably a powerful mage. He'll see right through this. Are you telling me that the Crown Prince is here? Why didn't you notify me sooner? You hear Von Sanctus shouting at his attendant from down the hallway. He seems to be quickly heading this way. Uh-oh. You might want to disguise yourself as well, Celeste. Don't encourage her. This is extremely illegal. Right. Look, you should probably just dispel this ridiculous disguise and... He's almost here. I can't think of anyone. I'm terribly sorry for keeping your highness waiting. Lucio! What was that? What are you talking about? I could have sworn I heard something. I didn't hear anything either. You must be imagining things. Scared Lord help us of all the people she could have chosen. At least she's able to mimic her voice well enough. Oh, Lady Steelwind, I wasn't expecting you until much later. Well, I do not answer to you. I shall do as I shall please. Yes, I suppose you have a habit of doing that. Surprisingly, it doesn't look like he's seen through your disguises. Well, he is an imbecile, so there's that. He might have other things on his mind if his guard is down like this. Anyways, Lord Von Sanctus, pardon the abrupt intrusion. I came by to pay my respects. I am honored by your majesty's presence. Unfortunately, I'm quite busy with the administrative matters at the moment. Too busy to show hospitality to the heir of the throne. I wasn't. I suppose I have some time to speak with you. The conditions aren't ideal, but at least you have Von Sanctus here with you. You should let Prince Aster make small talk with him for a bit. After that, you can subtly bring up the Von Sanctus crest that you found in the vat. That doesn't seem like the best thing to bring up, but I guess there's no other way to get information. The trial. I heard that the charges that you've brought against the Draconian Trading Company. Forgive my bluntness, but is everything well within your estate? Oh, that. I am simply cleaning house, nothing more. Well, I've dealt with plenty of men like Dracogen before, and this time will be no different. I understand that he may be taking business away from you, but then does that really warrant you taking such drastic measures? It's not just about his business, it's about these ideas that he's putting into people's heads. He's allowed these unions to continue existing. The other businesses are following his example. It's absolutely absurd. It's as if the entire world has gone mad. I see. Our society only functions when the lower class knows their place. If that's how society functions, then perhaps it is flawed. You're still young, Prince Aster. These righteous ideals may sound appealing, but they are the path to disorder. The common folk do not care about the well-being of our kingdom as a whole. They only care about themselves individually. If we allow them to become empowered, they will use that power selfishly. It is up to the upper class to maintain order. This is the most hypocritical bullshit I've ever heard. I see. Sad and angry. You're a good prince. I like you. Next one. By the way, I'm surprised that you're representing Lord Von Sanctus, Lady Steelwind. Oh, right. What is he doing? It's really hard enough to maintain this ruse. I knew that you recently became a prosecutor, but I never imagined that you represent a noble. Don't get ahead of yourself, Aster. What does that even mean? Let's not be coy, Lady Steelwind. You must know, Your Majesty, House Steelwind and I came to an arrangement. The fair lady is so keen on wasting her talents on civil work. Given that, I might as well utilize her to my benefit. Do not speak to her like that. Oh, I meant no disrespect. But rest assured, this is only temporary. I see, so you have an arrangement with Lucio Steelwind. Seems that Aster is collecting his own information. Who's Lucio Steelwind? I have a feeling he's going to be very important. Ooh. By the way, Lord Von Sanctus, have any of your attendants gone missing lately? That's an oddly specific question. But no, all of my attendants are accounted for. I don't see any dissonant thoughts from you. He could be unconsciously shielding himself from it. I must ask, why would you ask such a question? You see, I actually found a discarded trinket while walking around the city. It had the crest of House Von Sanctus on it. I was worried that something unsavory might have happened to one of your people.
Ah, I see. I suppose you must be on edge after what happened to your ship. However, items with the Von Sanctus crest are quite common nowadays. Really? The item that you found must have been a product produced by Von Sanctus Industries. An item produced? So the Von Sanctus crest is on some of the items produced by your company. Not just some of the items. The Von Sanctus crest is engraved on every product created by Von Sanctus Industries. As a result, people have come to associate the quality of our products with the quality of House Von Sanctus. Or at least they did until the hacks like Dracogen came out of the woodwork. So in other words, it's just branding. What type of products did Von Sanctus Industries produce? We used to produce magical accessories for mages, but now we produce all manner of products. As the head of commerce in our kingdom, we've diversified our holdings. Oh. The metal shards can come from anything. That's not good. This line of questioning has led to a dead end. Darn it. Is it really impossible to identify where the shard came from? Do you sell your products to the Dracogen Trading Company? Yes, of course I do. Despite my misgivings with Dracogen, it would be foolish of me if I didn't do business with him. That means there are Von Sanctus products in the Arcane refinery. We're calling Von Sanctus Industries, after all. That's true, the metal shard could have come from some sort of industrial tool. Just what are you implying, Lady Stillwind? A twinge of nervousness to the eye, does he know something? Why would he get so defensive over a question like that? Was there a Von Sanctus product in the refinery on the night of the murder? She misspoke and said murder instead of accident. That is evoking a reaction. Answer the question, Von. Celeste attempts to loudly slam the tip of her cane on the ground. Only realize that her cane isn't actually real. She loses her balance and tips over a nearby vase. Oh god. Vase shatters on the ground, creating quite a mess of broken shards of water. Oh, this is the entire circus. Are you guys serious? Lady Steelwind, are you okay? Celeste immediately regains her balance and tries to act as if nothing happened. I'm not paying for that. Ah! Lord Von Sanctus completely loses his composure and recoils at the sight of the broken vase. Construct, I require your assistance. Here we go. Acknowledged. In response to Von Sanctus' call, an arcane construct walks from a nearby closet. Construct, clean up this mess at once. She's very disturbed by the mess. Is he some sort of clean freak? Where is the crest? Can we see it on this person? I don't think we can. Pretty sure it is going to be on this though. Acknowledged. Construct begins quickly picking up the shards of the broken vase. You own an arcane construct? I do. Von Sanctus Industries is the inventor of arcane constructs after all. Right, you recall Celeste mentioned that earlier. Would you like one, Your Highness? My apologies, I'm not very interested in using artificery. Suit yourself. In any case, I'm afraid Lady Steelwind must be taking her leave now. What? Remember, you said that you could only accompany me for 1 hour. Ooh, he's knowledgeable about how long this spell lasts. I like him. It's close to being 1 hour, right, Lady Steelwind? What are you... Oh, right, 1 hour. It would definitely not be good for us to be here for more than 1 hour. Does this illusion only last for 1 hour? In the meantime, may I discuss some personal matters with you, Lord Von Sanctus? Of course, I'm at your disposal, Your Majesty. You raise an eyebrow at the prince. He appears he didn't come here just to help you. Do you suppose that you've gotten all the information you need out of Von Sanctus? Time to move on to the next lead. Well, that was embarrassing. Yes, that was a bit too close for comfort. Well, at least no one saw through our disguises. Are you an attendant here? Is this the actual Arya Stillwind? Please notify Lord Von Sanctus that the real Arya Stillwind, walks through the front door of the manor just as you are about to exit. She immediately stops in her tracks upon meeting her doppelganger. A Burio. A Burio? A Burio? With one spell, Steelwind dispels the illusions over you and Celeste. Not saying who you really are, she lets out an irritated sigh. Is impersonating the Steelwind some kind of hobby for you, Miss McCoy? Oh yeah, that's the second time! She looks really angry this time. No, there was a really good reason for us doing this. Let me guess, you wanted to interrogate Von Sanctus without him knowing who you really were. No? Lying about your name is one matter, but impersonating a noble using magic is a serious crime. Tyrion, help, please? Seriously, gonna defend him in court again? Quickly try to think of a way to defuse the situation. Oh, sorry for the wait, you two. These two are gonna meet! They're betrothed! Yay! I have to discuss. Oh, Lady Steelwind.
Great. According to the Aster, Steelwind despises him. According to the Aster? I suppose that's a technically correct sentence? He isn't a noun, but he, well, he is? I guess? Knowing that he was part of this will just makes things worse. Typo? Arcane. Good stuff. She's happy and she's blushing! Yay! I just breathed in my own spit. From joy. Aw, happy and scared. That's what love is. Whee! Yay! Yay! Now hold hands. Put mittens on first though. Your Majesty?
Hmm?
What?
Oh, I see you've dispelled their disguises.
You knew about this? Aster steps between you and Steelwind. It seems he's trying to calm her down. Better for worse, her attention is firmly focused on him.
I'm terribly sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect you.
No, that's not why he's really close.
I pulled this from his own to my orders. Can you please look the other way, just this once?
Okay.
Thank you, Lady Steelwind, I won't forget this.
Happy. Good shit. That's the good shit. That is very much the good shit. I love it. I love it. Very good stuff. That's very good. Hell yeah. I need to go. Well, that was certainly something.
I'm sorry you two had to see that.
What?
It's as if I said before, she absolutely detests me. You saw her, didn't you? She could barely look me in the eye.
Oh my god. In any case, we're starting to run out of time. We should head back to the refinery. But we still don't know where the metal shard came from. From what Lord Sanctus said, I don't think we can find out exactly where it came from. In each of Von Sanctus's products has that quest, it could be any number of things. So hopefully Dracogen can help us narrow that list down. If it did come from some sort of industrial tool, he might be able to check if any of the refinery's tools are missing. You just hope he can provide you with some kind of lead. Man, this case is all about shipping people, I swear. We get a bit of Celeste and Tyrion, we get a little bit of a Steelwind and Aster. It's peak. It's peak shit. I love it. I have to use the same sound effect twice in a row. I can't believe it. I just can't help myself. Hell yeah, let's go to Dracogen. What's up?
Hello again, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you've had some good news.
Well, actually, take some time to explain to Dracogen what you found during your investigation. You're still uncertain about the identity of the second victim. That metal shard with the Von Sanctus crest is your best lead right now.
I see.
With that said, do you have any tools that you've purchased from Von Sanctus Industries?
I do. He personally sold me quite a few when I first arrived in the city. I even purchased the security system from the refinery building from him.
Really? Did you purchase anything else from him?
Well, he also tried to sell me some of those arcane constructs. He told me that I could be the first person in Ornax to own such innovative technology, but I turned him down.
But there were no arcane constructs. Really? But they seem so useful.
I don't feel comfortable trusting machines to handle the work here. Those constructs require very specific instructions, and they lack common sense.
That's true. I can't switch from Scottish back to Irish very quickly. Top of the morning too. That's true. We saw how unreliable they could be during the Nightgrave case.
He heavily emphasized how exclusive this deal would be for me. Looking back on it, he was probably trying to make me dependent on his services.
Yeah, I guess you make the right choice refusing his offer. Von Sanctus created the industry's security system for the refinery. I think that means he could very easily have gone past it. A lot of the tools were present. That's interesting. Sell arcane constructs is not available for anyone else in Ornax. Do not trust the construct's ability to perform tasks effectively. He did not purchase any. So there are no constructs. That theory is debunked. It could have been anything else though. We haven't really got like a list of what other like large metal things they've given. But I feel like a construct could easily go from Von Sanctus's place, get through the security somehow, break in, and then do some shit. I mean, it's possible. Anyways, have any of the tools from Von Sanctus Industries been reported missing?
The Inquisition, you actually asked me the same question. I took some time today to take my inventory.
The Inquisition asked him for that? Did Steelwind come to the same conclusion that you did?
There was one tool unaccounted for.
Really? What kind of tool was it?
A rod of mending. It's a large tool that we use to repair damage on the machines.
A tool for repairs? How large was it?
Quite large, actually. It's called rod, but it's more of a large cylindrical tool. It requires 2 people to properly carry and use it.
Wait, a repair tool like that would use transmutation magic, right?
That's right.
What if the rod of mending was the thing that weakened the guardrail? Is that possible, Dracogen?
I suppose that is possible. Now that you mention it, I recall there being a way to reverse its effects.
You never even considered that the transmutation traces were left by an Art of Fire Street tool. That does lift some suspicion off the master. It can reverse mending things. That's basically perfect. It's quite large. That's perfect again. Requires 2 people to properly carry and use it. That's fucking perfect. Does it actually say it was made by Von Sanctus though? I guess it must have been, otherwise they wouldn't have brought it up. Someone could have sabotaged the rail with the rod, and they might have thrown it into the vat to cover their tracks. But it didn't completely dissolve. That would mean that they threw the rod in close to when Justin fell off the walkway. That can't be a coincidence when these 2 events happened so close to each other. We still have no idea who actually broke the guardrail. We didn't find a second body in the vat. We don't have evidence that proves a second victim even exists.
I feel as if we have more questions than answers at this moment.
We've learned quite a few new facts about the case though. The Inquisition has verified the traces of transmutation on the guardrail. That burden of proof is still on the prosecution to prove that Dracogen is at fault. Even if Steelwind has a proper explanation for that, I can counter her with the facts that we've learned thus far.
I just hope that the trial goes as smoothly as you're describing.
Rarely ever does, but knowing that would needlessly stress him out.
Regardless, I appreciate the work that you've done thus far. I'll leave things in your very capable hands.
You just hope that you don't encounter any more curveballs tomorrow. I wonder if the Game Grumps will play this. I really hope they do. Oh damn, we're already there. Hell yeah, let's do this. I'm ready. This is the last court case, so we're going to end this today. I hope it takes 45 minutes, because we've only been going for like an hour, so... let's do this. Hell yeah. I hope she's still flustered. I hope we have to pull the prince up to the stand and she just can't deal with him. I think that'll be funny.
Court is now resumed for the trial of Stefanik Dracogen.
Let's go, hell yeah.
Let us review the proceedings from 2 days ago. At first, the facts of this case seem pretty straightforward. The victim, Justin Way, put his weight on a poorly maintained guardrail on the refinery grounds. That guardrail broke, causing Justin Way to fall to his death. However, the defense presented a shocking piece of evidence in the previous proceedings. Traces of transmutation magic were found on the same broken guardrail. This new evidence implies that that sabotage, if not outright foul play, played a part in the death of the victim.
I don't think GG have played it. If you could persuade them to, that would be very good for the game, I'm sure. Well, they played the original... If you haven't watched this, by the way, they played the original Phoenix, right? They just played the first game. They didn't play the full 3, but they did play it on the Switch version of the... So they could have. I hope they do one day. They played through the entire first game, and they really, really enjoyed it. I really think they should continue, because I think they had a great time. This is the kind of game that they have technically played before, so it'll be fun.
This evidence is also accompanied by conflicting testimonies from witnesses. All of these elements have thrown quite some doubt on the validity of the prosecution's case.
Which is a full game, yeah. Yes, however, the prosecution maintains that the Dracogen Trading Company is at fault for Justin Way's death.
Wow! Even though someone may have sabotaged the guardrails?
The prosecution acknowledges that sabotage may have occurred at the scene of the accident. However, we also believe that there are several factors in this case that the court is overlooking. As we all know, several witnesses were present at the refinery at the scene at the time of the accident. The harbour master was showing a patron around the refinery. Mossarik Kachuda was making a food delivery and entered the building. By the way, this name, is this a reference to something or some kind of pun? I feel like this is such a weird name for... Because this is one of the community created characters, isn't it? I feel like maybe I'm using the wrong language there, but... Why did they go... Did they come up with the name? And if so, why did they come up with this name? It feels a bit, like, funky. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. And of course, the victim, Justin Way, was obviously present as well. Each and every one of these people had no business being in the refinery that night. In the case of the Harbour Master and his patron, it would hardly be reasonable for anyone to stop them. You doubt anyone would stand in the way of the Crown Prince. That may be, but Justin Way worked in the freight division and should not have been at the scene. I've already verified this with my client. The victim was not authorized to be in the refinery building. And who stopped Justin Way from entering the area unauthorized? Rika is a crowdfunded character, but I don't know who came up with the name. Oh, I see. Is it not the duty of Stefanik Dracogen to prevent such individuals from entering the building? My client can't be held responsible for Justin's breach of the set protocols, and you surely can't hold my client responsible for someone sabotaging the guardrail. This so-called sabotage is only theoretical until a proper culprit is found. I might be compelled to agree with you, Mr. Wynn. After all, there's no hard evidence that proves the traces of transportation were left by a specific sprout. What kind of mental gymnastics is that? Every part of the guardrail that has traces on it was rusted. They're bending the context of what happens to suit their purposes. Hard evidence means everything here, and the rod of mending has been reduced to shards in the vat. Without the complete rod, you can't prove that someone used it to sabotage the guardrail. Regardless, is it not the responsibility of the Dracogen Trading Company to ensure that its employees do not wander into restricted areas? Blaming a potential saboteur puts the cart before the horse. He doesn't just stop with Justin Way either. Why was Musarika Tudor able to enter the building? She doesn't even work for the refinery, yet she was able to waltz into the building without any trouble. Actually, Steelwind does have a point about Rika. Shouldn't have something have stopped her from entering that area? You doubt that Dracogen would show that kind of negligence. If that's true, I believe that we should hear from Miss Tudor directly. Let's hear how easily she gained access to the refinery on the day of the accident. We've already anticipated that. Musarika Tudor is prepared and ready to testify. Very well then. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Tudor to the stand. I think that the doors were probably wide open already. And maybe like why she was there? I want to know that as well. Miss Tudor, are you aware of why you've been called here today?
Yeah, I heard everything from the gallery.
Then you'll have no problem answering the following question. Did you encounter resistance when you entered the refinery the night of the accident? Witness, may I remind you that you are under oath to tell the court everything that you know. Failure to do so is a crime.
No one tried to stop me. Sorry, Tyrion.
You have nothing to apologize for, witness. The only one at fault is the Dracogen Trading Company and their negligence. Hey, that's... Oh, lack of capital T there, but don't worry about it. For the record, please testify in detail about how you entered the refinery that day, Miss Tudor.
Okay.
That day, I was looking for Justin in the freight area, but I couldn't find him. I decided to look for him in the refinery's main building. There was some kind of magical door leading to it, but it was unlocked. Nothing really stopped me from entering the refinery building. As the court can clearly see, there were no safeguards preventing the witness from entering that restricted area. The witness clearly stated that there was a magical door leading into the building. This was obviously some sort of security door powered by artificery, which was still unlocked and effectively useless. Damn it, there must be some way to prove that the unlocked door wasn't Dracogen's fault. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. Yeah, okay. I think what I said earlier is probably going to come into effect. I think that because it was Von Sanctus and Co. who installed it, they could very easily unlock it. I think they sent a construct from their place to the industries, unlocked the door because they knew how, because they invented the damn thing, and then I think it was a construct and perhaps a brainwashed Justin? We haven't seen this guy. I can't believe he hasn't turned up. I thought he would turn up in the second investigation. I think it was a construct and maybe a brainwashed by Eris Justin, or just a convinced Justin, or maybe a blackmailed Justin, or maybe Justin was just doing his own thing, that turned up and carried the wand of mending and unmending, the rod, to the thing, undid it, and then maybe pushed him in. I'm not sure. Maybe it was two constructs. Maybe it wasn't. That seems unlikely. How would the construct get out? No, the construct was dead. There can't be two constructs. I still am not 100% sure. What are they trying to do? I'm also trying to think back to, like, the opening, sort of cold open that we always get between each case, before each case. I don't know. I actually don't. I'm not 100% sure. Why are we looking for him? You were there to deliver his dinner to him, am I correct? Yeah, he was usually in the freight area around that time. I was surprised when I didn't see him there. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right, she was delivering dinner. I was a little bit worried, so... It seems strange that you'd go looking for him. Why not just leave his food with one of his co-workers? I thought of that, but I also wanted to make sure he was okay. I was the one that helped him get the job in the first place. It wouldn't look good for you if he left in the middle of a shift. How did you enter the refinery building, Miss Tudor? What kind of magical door leading into it? By magical door, do you mean that this was a door powered by artificery? Yeah, I have a door like it in my restaurant too, but this one looked a lot more complex. Why would you or Dracogen need magical doors anyways? The one in my cafe magically locks the shop when I close it for the day. I guess the door to the refinery building was for the same thing. But that means that there was a mechanism to keep out unauthorized personnel, which was effectively useless. The witness entered the refinery and encountered zero resistance. Furthermore, the Inquisition has already logged the specs for the door. Oh, really? Thank you. Magical keys can only be unlocked the door for 5 seconds. After these 5 seconds, the lock automatically closes the door and engages the lock. Lock can only be disabled by Stefanik. Really? The door could be physically prevented from closing, but this would trigger an alarm within the refinery security system. Interesting. Interesting. Did you use a key to unlock the door, Miss Tudor? No, I didn't. As you can see from this report, Stefanik Dracogen was the only person capable of disabling the lock. I guess Miss Dracogen kept the door unlocked during work hours. This means that it's entirely Dracogen's fault that the victim gained access to the building in the first place. But wait, that's not what I meant to... But that is what you implied. Unless you can prove that another person disabled the door. Can't refute that statement yet. You might be able to work with this new information. Regardless, please add that last statement to your testimony, witness. Alright. Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, we can press this. I don't think we need to. I think we can present this. He installed the security system. I think we can present that. I just want to press more things. Oops. There's quite a leap in logic. The specs of this door state that the lock can only be disabled by Stefanik Dracogen. Sorry, but I can't think of any other reason why it would be disabled. I mean, I get it. Sometimes I forget the key for my shop. It becomes a real headache when I get locked out. Doesn't make sense. Why would Dracogen really do something like that? Lock is designed to be disabled only by Dracogen. Have someone else do something to bypass that. Are you sure that you're not forgetting any obstacles that you encountered? No, I would have remembered something like that. Someone told me that I wasn't supposed to be there. I would have just left. She seems sincere about that. It's probably an honest mistake. Rika didn't even realize that she entered a restricted area. But the fact that she was able to enter it so easily is definitely strange. Dracogen must have precautions to prevent such a thing from happening. Maybe the employees got lazy and disabled the locks against his orders. Okay, no, I think I know what's up. I'll present this. Objection! But you know, it's not. It's not? Objection! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I'm forgetting something from yesterday. Maybe it's just this again? No, I already presented what he did that. Thought it'd be that he could open it, okay. Damn. Oh, wait, here's this. Objection! Ah, we found it! That's right. Miss Steelwind, you claim that my client expressed negligence by disabling the door. This is the reason why the security door was unlocked, and why the current witness was able to enter the building. That's right, we completely forgot. He's a lock picker. We learned this yesterday. He can pick magical locks and disable them. That's correct. Your client's negligence allowed unauthorized persons like Justin Way to gain access to the building. Regardless of any sabotage, Justin Wade died because he was in said unauthorized area. What if I told you that another person may have disabled the door? Not because of laziness, but for more nefarious purposes. And what are you talking about? If you recall, the witness entered the refinery building and spotted Justin Wade afterwards. This means that Justin Wade entered the building before her. So that begs the question, how did Justin Wade enter the building? The answer is obvious. He entered the same way the witness did, through the unlocked door. Not quite, Miss Steelwind. Since this trial began, we still haven't answered why Justin Wade entered the refinery building in the first place. He entered the refinery building with the intent of robbing my client's personal safe. Safe? It's a safe, something. I already told you, Tyrion. You would never do something like that. You feel a little guilty about insulting a dead man's name like this? It's the only possibility that makes sense. I'm sorry, Rika, but there are things about Justin that even you didn't know about. The truth is that he was deeply in debt to a crime lord named the Eye Taker, and he was extremely desperate to wipe that debt as soon as he could. Crime lord? I won't ask how you came across this information, Mr. Cuthbert. What does this have to do with the disabled magical lock? Miss Steelwind, Justin owned a set of tools that he used for picking mundane and magical locks. A safe that he was planning to rob was located in my client's office within the refinery building. I have witnesses who saw Justin retrieve those tools shortly before the night of the accident. He clearly had a plan to disable any locks that stood between him and that safe. This means that it's entirely possible that Justin disabled the locked refinery door illegally. We're not actually going to bring them in, are we? Yes, I'm kind of bluffing right now, but you basically assaulted one of them. We both assaulted him, Tyrion. She says that as if it absolves her of any guilt. Hold on a minute. You can't just accuse him like that when he can't defend himself. I'm sorry, Rika, but his delinquent friends told me about his plan. He definitely didn't want to rob Dracogen, but he needed the gold to wipe away his debt. If Justin wasn't the one that disabled the lock, that would only leave Dracogen. But there has to be an explanation about where neither of them are guilty. He definitely believes in Justin. But a scenario where both Justin and Dracogen are innocent is too optimistic, if not impossible. But it's not as if you're entirely certain of what actually happened that day either. I still think it's possible that Von Sanctus disabled the lock. Alright, Rika, you knew Justin better than I did. Let's assume that you're correct. Neither Justin nor Dracogen disabled the locks that day. How did either of you enter the refinery then? Well, someone must have disabled it before then. Wait, let me think through this. Okay. I wasn't expecting this. Plenty of people could have disabled the locks. Maybe one of the employees got lazy and forcefully broke it. There was also that nobleman who was with Mr. Morrisman. He's a mage and he could have used magic to do it. It could have also been one of the maintenance constructs. I saw one working on the machines. Maybe one of them broke the lock. Rika? Are you sure about that, bitch? That's huge. That's pretty huge. I can barely even begin to point out all the issues with your theories, Miss Tudor. If you recall, the entrance lock can only be disabled by Stefanik Dracogen. Even Mr. Cuthbert's theory makes more sense than your list of suspects. Oh, she's right. It doesn't matter how many suspects she presents. None of them have the credentials to disable the lock. Why do you feel like there's something else wrong with the testimony? I fucking wonder why there's something else wrong with the testimony. The defense would still like to exercise the right to cross-examine the witness. What a waste of time. While the court agrees with Miss Steelwind, they could also recognise Mr. Cuthbert's right to cross-examination. However, I will not allow the defense to waste the court's time. If nothing substantial is gained from your cross-examination, I will not hesitate to end it early. Understood. Oh gosh, okay, so we should not press things. Let's not waste time. Let's get straight there. Present. He did not possess any. Wait, that can't be right, can it? Rika, you said that you saw a maintenance construct inside the refinery building. Are you sure that it was an arcane construct? Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on them in Von Sanctus's catalogs, but they're not available to the public yet. When you saw this arcane construct, what was it doing? I'm not entirely exactly sure. It looked like it was doing maintenance on the machines. Maintenance on the machines? But it shouldn't have been there in the first place. What was it doing there, and more importantly, who sent it there? Where are you going with this, Mr. Cuthbert? Arcane constructs only perform the actions that they're ordered to do. A construct at Arcane Refinery would only take orders from their administrator, Stefanik Dracogen. Unless you want to imply that the construct broke the lock on his orders. I agree. A construct owned by my client wouldn't have done that. I love it when you get to speak smarmily and be like, yeah, exactly, yeah. But what about this? A construct owned by my client wouldn't have done that. But arcane constructs are extremely rare and not available to the general public yet. Furthermore, they are only produced and sold by Von Sanctus Industries. Lloyd Von Sanctus personally sold several products to the Dracogen Trading Company. However, when offered the opportunity to purchase his arcane constructs, my client turned him down. What? My client dislikes the construct's flawed intelligence. I wonder if you can hear that. The dogs just went crazy. He didn't want them working in the refinery. He turned down Lord Von Sanctus's offer in favor of utilizing human labor. Wait, then why did I see a construct there? Exactly. My client did not own any constructs. Why did the witness see one there? Or to phrase this question differently, who sent that construct there? Who? Why would anyone send a arcane construct into the refinery? First, let's consider the rarity of arcane constructs. They are highly experimental and not available to the public yet. With all of these elements in mind... Oh, I missed that. Hello. Oh, are they still here? Okay. I'll be right back, everyone. I just got a letter. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, hey, thank you guys. See you in a bit. Hello. That was strange. I've got a birthday wish. Thank you very much. Birthday wishers. I think it was my godbrother and godmother, but they didn't say for some reason. Yeah, it's my birthday on Thursday, so wishes are beginning to come in. But don't bother yet. I'll be here on Thursday, so you can wish me then. Wait! You can't possibly mean. I do miss Steel Wind. Who sent the Arcane Construct? Few individuals had access to an Arcane Construct, and even fewer had the ability to disable the locked door without alerting the security system. Oh, do I have to say who it was exactly? I'll just do this. Only one individual could have done everything that I described. Lloyd Von Sanctus, the noble lord of Oranax. You can't be serious. Are you accusing Lord Von Sanctus of illegally sending a construct into the Arcane Refinery? Yeah? What possible reason would he have to do that? When Rika saw the construct, she said it was working on the machines. But that construct was sent by Von Sanctus. It didn't actually work for Dracogen. Wait, could that mean... Rika, when you saw that construct in the refinery, was it carrying anything? Yeah, actually. It was carrying a large cylindrical machine, and it looked pretty heavy. Like it would normally need to be held by two people. Yeah, how did you know? All makes sense now. Von Sanctus has been far too aggressive in pushing these charges. It wasn't because he was desperate to get rid of Dracogen, because he needed to cover up what actually happened. Mr. Cuthbert, where are you going with this? You see, Your Honor, the tool that the witness saw this contract carrying wasn't just any tool. It was a rod of mending, an artificial tool that channels transmutation magic. Transmutation magic. As in magic that can be used to weaken and sabotage parts of the refinery. No, are you seriously accusing? Your Honor, Lloyd Von Sanctus sent a construct into the Arcane Refinery to sabotage it. In other words, Lloyd Von Sanctus is responsible for the guardrail breaking. I think that's enough out of you, you upstart commoner. Hello. The judge really needs to stop these guys from just barging onto the stand. You know what? That's an excellent point. To be fair, he's going to stop a noble from a pillar family. I've had enough of these blatant accusations. If you want to sling mud at my name, you will do it to me directly. Lord Von Sanctus, I would highly advise against doing this. Please, do you think I'm like that fool Pierce? The defense's theory is laughable, and I have several pieces of evidence that can easily prove my innocence, he says, quivering in his boots. He has a good poker face, but the eye is telling you he's a little desperate. Give me a second, I'm just going to quickly close the door. Oh, this case is getting juicy. I love it. But very well. If the defense wishes to accuse me, I see no harm in allowing you to defend yourself. The court would very much like to hear your testimony on the matter. He's going to die. I'm going to get him killed. Oh yeah. It is possible to order a construct to complete a complex list of tasks, but doing so is ill-advised.
I'm sure you observed this with the Nightgrave trial. Oh my god, he used the send message spell!
Maybe. That's what the fucking cold open was. He kept, like, giving commands, like, from a question mark, question mark, question mark. And they were all simple commands. But it was fine. Maybe. I might be wrong.
Constructs are extremely prone to error when completing a long list of tasks. According to the defense, the saboteur stole a rod of mending and used it to sabotage very specific sections of the refinery.
Arcane has abjuration as well. Is that an abjuration spell? No, it's not. That's fine. We haven't really got any other spells in this.
I would never trust a constructor to discreetly complete such an intricate set of tasks unsupervised. And before you ask, I was miles away from the refinery at the time of the accident. I have several associates who can confirm this alibi. Therefore, I have no way of observing this construct from afar, nor did I have any way to communicate with it.
That actually makes a lot of sense. The Nightgrave trial revealed the risks of ordering a construct to commit a crime. But nevertheless, Rika saw a construct at the refinery that day. That's indisputable. He definitely gave the construct a complete complex list of tasks to sabotage the refinery, which only leaves one question. How did he account for the construct's error-prone logic? I guess we're going to press on everything. Is that not a massive flaw in the construct's design?
Artificer can only do so much. It's difficult enough to create magical items that respond to verbal commands. Our magic is still not advanced enough to replicate a common sense of a living creature. The Arcane construct is still a marvelous invention. You merely need to supervise them if you give them complex tasks.
Regardless, you admitted that it is possible.
Yes, but...
Yeah. Are you referring to what happened with Theodore Redmond's construct?
I am. It goes without saying that the constructs weren't designed to aid and abet murder. They also aren't designed to carry out such a long list of tasks unsupervised.
A lot of Redmond's orders fell well outside of the construct's intended usage. He ordered it to transport a human body from one point to another. He even ordered it to play audio to make itself look like a person. I'm sure you know how that ended. Actually, it did all of that right. It just failed because the body was found too soon. The construct encountered unforeseen circumstances and failed to complete its task. As the construct was created, Von Sanctus knew that there were such circumstances would be unavoidable. Did he get around that? I think I know, but... We don't have his list of spells. Maybe that's how this will end. Maybe I'll suggest the spell and then he'll get scared when we ask him to put his hand on the thing. That's correct. As the chairman of Von Sanctus Industries, you would have had the resources and know how to use it in such a way.
Yes, I suppose I would. But you forget that I couldn't have been there personally.
Perhaps you were desperate enough to take a chance like that.
Please, I'll admit I find Dracogen to be a nuisance to my holdings, but I was hardly in a position to resort to such desperate tactics.
Does make sense. Was he never planning for things to come back to him? If Thus hadn't used to take magic, no one would have been able to know that someone used magic within the refinery. And I suppose you wouldn't mind having these associates testify before the court. Lord Von Sanctus was discussing the blockade being put around the city.
Steelwind.
I won't go into detail about what they discussed, but the Kingsguard, City Watch, Arcane Inquisition, and myself were present. We can all confirm that he was present at the meeting, although his behaviour was quite erratic that day.
Oh, how could I not? You people have no care for personal hygiene. It took my retainers hours to disinfect the area.
Can we please stay on subject?
Right, anyways.
What if the construct wasn't actually active? You could have had one of your servants don the construct as a disguise.
It's extremely dangerous to wear the construct like a suit of armor.
It almost always ends in severe injury and death in the worst case. How do you know that?
Furthermore, the supposed construct would have needed to carry and use a rod of mending.
I have many capable servants, but none of them have superhuman strength. Right, your theory only makes sense if the construct was the one carrying the rod. This argument makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, mage. I think he used this spell. Yeah, I think he used the spell. Objection! Yeah, alright. Yeah. Von Sanctus, you testified that there is no way for you to observe and communicate with the construct. Am I correct?
Yeah, I was at the meeting. Yeah, man. I was at the meeting with Steelwind for the entire day. Anyone there could testify to that fact.
No, right. It's only for that one line. You get that voice. I'm not disputing a so-called alibi, but it's not as watertight as you might think. What are you talking about? I was there at the meeting, Mr. Cuthbert. Lord Von Sanctus may have been absent in mind, but he was there physically. Absent in mind, so his attention wasn't focused on the meeting. It means that his attention was somewhere else. I suppose you're correct, Miss Steelwind. I still have one question for you, Lord Von Sanctus. And what would that be? Are you able to cast the send message spell? What? Miss Steelwind, your client may have been physically at the meeting, but his attention was somewhere else, wasn't it? You could have used a combination of spells to view the construct during the meeting, and you could have used the send message spell to communicate with it over a large distance. If my claim is truly false, your client would have no trouble disproving it with his spell compendium.
Well...
Von Sanctus? You appear to be hesitating, Von Sanctus. Can I assume you do know how to cast send message? If so, that would punch a gigantic hole in your alibi.
Steelwind, you were there, weren't you? My attention was fully there.
Needed a cover for me.
The idea that I was communicating with the construct is absurd.
I'm afraid that I can't say that, Lord Von Sanctus.
Steelwind?
I did find it odd. Your attention appeared to be elsewhere, despite the gravity of our discussion. I seem to recall you speaking under your breath the entire time. I'd always just assumed that you were muttering obscenities, but Mr. Cuthbert's explanation does seem possible.
What are you saying? Aren't you obligated to defend me?
I am obligated to represent you to the best of my ability. I am not obligated to forge your alibi for you.
You little...
Lord Sanctus, I'm afraid the court needs an answer. Are you able to cast the send message spell?
Fine, I admit it, okay? I am able to cast send message. But that still doesn't prove anything.
His voice betrays a hint of desperation. I think this will be too easy. This feels like it is too easy. You have him right where you want him. Now is our opportunity to deal the final blow. Why do you feel so uneasy? There's still two details that don't sit well with you. I looked to see what it was. I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail of the walkway. Justin fell over the guardrail, even though Von Sanctus sabotaged it. Please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true? I think there's only one possible explanation. Yeah. Well, I think I know who the second person is. It was the construct. Well, even if not a clean ending, there's only one way forward, and that's to reveal Von Sanctus for the petty saboteur that he is. Oh. An argument? Why did you hesitate so long to answer my question, Von Sanctus?
You know very well why I hesitated. Why would I willingly give you evidence? You clearly intended to use it against me.
Regardless, this entirely disproves your alibi. You could have communicated with your construct at the meeting.
By that logic, I could be the mastermind behind every crime that occurs in Oranax. I may have the means to commit this crime, but there were plenty of other individuals that could have sent an arcane construct.
No. That's not right. Oh, damn. It could be that one or that one. I guess it's this? Yeah. Von Sanctus, you of all people should know that the arcane constructs are not available to the public. When you attempted to sell these constructs to Jacobin, you promised him that he would be the first merchant in Oranax that would own one. Oh, that's right. Since he refused your offer, he could leave you as the only owner of arcane constructs in Oranax.
But that's... Well, I admit I may have not been truthful when I made my sales pitch.
But you're saying that you lied to my client.
Oh, please. Every good businessman knows how to embarrass the truth when making a sale. The truth is that I've sold this construct to plenty of other individuals in Oranax.
Only it would be too dangerous to sell it to anyone else. Yeah, it's this, isn't it? Frankly, Von Sanctus, I find that hard to believe. After the Nightgrave trial, you must have been a lot more fearful about who you sold your constructs to. You only tried to sell your constructs to Jacogen so you could control him. You wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Is that so? Then why don't you prove it?
No, Lord Von Sanctus, why don't you prove your statement? Show us any invoice that proves you made a sale to someone in Ornax.
Well, who said that the saboteur lived in Ornax when I made the sale?
Are you serious?
Ornax is a trading hub. Plenty of people come and go from the city.
As someone who secretly entered Ornax. No.
No, it's no.
Von Sanctus, you might have been right under any other circumstance. But the Kingsguard locked down the city on the day that the accident occurred. No one except for the select few individuals who could have left or entered the city. Finally that evidence came into play. I like it. And due to the gravity of the situation, the Kingsguard created profiles of everyone within the city. Why don't we cross-reference the records taken by the Kingsguard with a list of individuals that you have sold constructs to?
Bah.
But I suppose from your reaction, that list could come up empty. So why don't you admit to your crimes, Von Sanctus? But do I have to drag the evidence into court myself?
Wait, drag the evidence into court?
Of course, how could I forget? What?
Why don't you go ahead and do that, Mr. Cuthbert? Bring in your so-called evidence.
I don't know where this confidence is coming from, but we can easily detect the traces of divination and transmutation on the constructs you own.
Assuming that the construct still exists, that is.
Oh, wait, that's right. Use a construct to commit a crime like this, he would definitely dispose of it by now. Even within the blockade, Ornax is a gigantic city. With his resources, he could have hidden it anywhere in the city. This feels like it's too obvious. There would have been a needle hidden within a town of haystacks. We still have the testimony of Musarika Judah, and I'm sure many other people saw that the constructs walking around the refinery.
The common folk can hardly be trusted to recognize complex artificery. Without the actual construct, all you have are several unreliable witnesses. Tell me, Lady Steelwind, can I be convicted of such a serious charge with such evidence?
No, I suppose not.
Damn it, is he seriously going to get away with this?
No, you still have one card up your sleeve. You could just find out where he disposed of the evidence. You might be able to direct the Inquisition there. Come on, focus on his thoughts, Tyrion. This is too... Come on, Tyrion. Are you serious?
Your undignified glaring will do you no favors.
What? Why isn't it working? The Eye of Horus is a powerful tool, Tyrion. That's twice now that you've used the empowered eye to get out of a corner. Keep on relying on that one trick, you'll never grow as an attorney. One day you'll find a witness that the empowered eye won't work on. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to be this case, but alright. Mr. Mora was right. You've been relying on the empowered eye too much.
From your silence, I assume that you have no way to rebut my claim.
Rebut? Rebut?
Rebut? I assume that that makes it checkmate, you upstart commoner. Honestly, I can't believe you resort to accusing me of manslaughter. What a crass and underhanded tactic. But I suppose I wouldn't expect anything less from a charlatan like you.
Damn it. Are you kidding me? What the hell are you doing? What? That look on your face, are you seriously giving up? I've seen you get out of plenty of situations like this. So why are you giving up this time? I'm sorry, Celeste, but I can't use my usual strategies. There's no way to find the evidence that we need. Seriously, there's always a way, Tyrion. If your usual strategies aren't working, then you just need to do something different.
She's right. You don't need to see directly into his mind to utilize your skills as an attorney.
You may not be able to rely on the Eye of Horus this time, but you've always been able to rely on deductive reasoning.
Well, it seems that you have no further questions for me. And you clearly don't have a shred of physical evidence to support your claims. I think I'll be taking my leave course.
My leave course? What? Something. I'm not quite done with you yet, Von Sanctus. This has all been a mind game, just a really dragged out and awkward one.
Honestly, your desperation is almost pitiful.
You should really learn to lose with dignity, Mr. Cuthbert. He's the last person you want to hear that from. Calm your mind and focus. You might not be able to read Von Sanctus' mind in the literal sense. You can still extrapolate his plan and his actions. Let's explore my theory a little more and see for yourselves that there's no physical evidence. If you wanted to use a construct, you would have needed to maintain the constant communication. So to prove that this communication occurred, we would need something that connects you to it. Sane dimensions can normally only target a person, but arcane constructs probably don't count as people for the purposes of that spell. What piece of evidence would that leave behind? Thing that he spoke to. An arcane construct isn't a person, so you must have had an object attuned to your magic to communicate with it. Miss Steelwind, if we were able to find that object, would that tie your client to the sabotage?
Hypothetically, yes.
The Inquisition has divination magic, and you can use it to detect if an object is attuned to a specific mage. Oh, that's fun. Go ahead and good luck finding such evidence. If I did perform these acts, the remains could be anywhere in an axe. I'm not so sure about that, Von Sanctus. Let's look at the things from your perspective. Why would you do the things that you did that day? Knowing that will point us to where you ultimately hid the construct. Your intention was to sabotage the refinery without anyone finding out what you did. So how would you dispose of the construct and the attuned item? This is... I feel like we're dragging this out. I'm sorry, game. I feel like we're dragging this out a little bit. Destroy was thrown into the vat of volatile liquid. You used the vat of volatile liquid. No. Doesn't make sense. You found the remnants of the Rod of Mending in there too. Or was it something else? Well, wouldn't that mean that the object is fully dissolved? Exactly, there would be no physical evidence for you to find. That's not necessarily true. You threw the Rod of Mending into the vat, and that didn't fully dissolve. What? The workers neutralized the liquid immediately after Justin fell into the vat. What? Neutralizing that liquid would have rendered it unsalvageable and useless. Doing that would have cost Dracogen a small fortune. Unlike you, Von Sanctus, my client values the lives of his workers over his profits. And because of that, the Inquisition was able to find pieces of bone matter and metal within the vat. Wait, the rod didn't fully dissolve. That means it was thrown into the vat around the same time that Justin fell into it. You wouldn't have thrown the rod into the vat until after you were done with the sabotage. Oh boy. The last two cases will have you frustrated with the difficulty, don't worry. Oh god, yeah, I'm hoping that they get more difficult. I kind of... This case is a little bit too easy. And if you destroyed the rod, you would have destroyed all of the evidence that you need to get rid of. Yeah, You would have also destroyed the Arcane construct itself. That's ridiculous. Lady Steelwind, why aren't you... I told you before, didn't I? I will defend you to the best of my ability, but I will not fabricate an alibi for you. You must have ordered the construct to throw itself into the vat to hide any traces of your sabotage. The machine resembling a human threw itself into the vat. This means that anyone looking at the walkway would have seen this. That's it! Are you only just figuring this shit out now? The Arcane construct was the second person that Astro and Morrison saw fall into the vat. That's why we didn't hear organic matter from anyone other than Justin in there. And then all of the people in the stands hit their head, slapped their face in disbelief that it took him this long. The second body that Astro and Morrison saw was actually an Arcane construct. How are you? Wait, Mika was sure that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. After she notified Astro and Morrison, they saw the construct break the guardrail and fall into the vat. Wouldn't that mean that the construct disposed of itself after Justin Way fell off the walkway? Why would you order it to do that? But because it never happened. The logic is flawed. It's getting stressed out. Maybe you should try using the Empowered Eye. No, you don't need it this time. Nah, it's too easy, mate. So close to figuring this out, you can feel it. You figured the case out much earlier than I did, I think? Well, that's why I'm losing so much hair. It's because my brain is so big, it's pushing the hair out my skull, especially at the front. This theory doesn't hold at all. So think, if he was observing the construct using magic, he must have seen Justin fall. For some reason, he reacted by sabotaging the guardrail. Why would he ignore seeing that happen? Huh? Unless he did all of this because he saw Justin fall. Von Sanctus wanted the broken guardrail to look like an accident. Justin's death to look like an accident. It's because you wanted it to look like an accident. Which means that it wasn't actually an accident. Oh, now you're accusing me of intentionally murdering the victim? Why would I ever do that? You said it yourself, my goal was sabotage. Committing murder would have brought unnecessary intention to what I'd done. But those constructs do have a habit of shoving people that are in the way. What if the construct pushed Justin out of the way, causing him to fall out over the edge of the guardrail? To figure out everything that happened just from a few clues? Yeah. Oh, we get to voice Justin Way. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walked past him. Acknowledged. Oh, what? Bonk.
Hey, watch it, quick shoving me. Wait, whoa. Wait, whoa. Holy crap, pull me up. Not hold on for much longer.
Ah, you idiot, what are you doing?
What? Grab his arm and pull him up.
Ah, yeah, it's the call open we heard. Acknowledged.
Oh, my hand. What the hell are you doing?
The grip is too tight, stop that. Acknowledged.
Ah. Wait, I can still...
It may have been unintentional. Either way, you would have been at fault for Justin's death, not my client. And if the construct fell in after Justin, your attuned object must be somewhere in the neutralized liquid. No, it's even better than that. Constructs are made from a specific magical alloy, aren't they? I'm sure with a few divination spells we can identify the metal shards from the construct and your arcane focus. Each and every one of the pieces of evidence points directly at you, Von Sanctus.
You petulant little upstart.
And that's checkmate, Von Sanctus. Why don't you save us all a little time, Von Sanctus? Admit to what you did. And while you're at it, drop your false allegations against my client.
I have nothing to admit to, nor do I have anything to apologize for.
Of course not, you're completely blameless, right?
Do you think you've achieved victory here today? No, dissidents like you and Dracogen are absolutely deluded. Each and every breath you take only throws Wyvengard further into chaos.
You talk about these commoners as if they have even a fraction of the power that you have.
Lady Steelwind, you need to see reason. They lack awareness of the power they truly have.
What?
These people have infected you and His Majesty with these idealistic delusions. I implore both of you to see reality for what it is.
No, Von Sanctus. The true reality is that people like you have become threatened when you challenge your power.
You all speak about the rights of the individual. You speak as if each and every one of you wouldn't stab each other in the back the moment when it benefited yourselves.
That's exactly what you did, my dude.
You may hate them, but no nobility. You may curse, scream, and blame us all for your little problems. But the truth is that you need us. You need us to direct and lead you. You need us to maintain the fragile order that holds your peaceful little lives together.
You talk about protecting the common folk from themselves. But the truth is that your actions led to the death of an innocent man. That is the only truth that matters. The defense has no further questions for the witness. He is dismissed. We did it again, Tyrion. We even caught another murder in the process. Yes, and we couldn't get the case officially dismissed today. It was pretty much inevitable with the evidence that we brought in today. Actually, it probably won't even reach that point. I've advised Lord Von Sanctus to drop the suit entirely. Word has already begun regarding the evidence that you brought forward. Sorry, I completely misread that. Word has already spread regarding the evidence you put forward. At this point, prolonging the trial would just harm his public image even more. He should be arrested! That's great, now you can build a case against him for Justin's death. About that, I'll probably be forced to recuse myself from any charges brought against him. What? Why? Because you represented him in the suit, isn't it? Oh, no. Because you represented him, it would be considered a conflict of interest to prosecute him yourself. Even though you're probably the only prosecutor that would convict him successfully. You're correct. As the head of one of the pillar families, he has the justice system dancing in the palm of his hand. He will definitely be quietly and swiftly acquitted. I would have never agreed to represent him if I had known about this. I'm truly sorry. Damn it, he must have had this planned all along. Now, is he seriously going to get away with this?
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Dracogen. Dracogen.
He may be acquitted in the legal sense, but the court of public opinion is a different thing entirely.
What do you mean?
You brought forward a myriad of evidence against him. I'm sure everyone in the gallery saw it too. Lord Sanctus's power relies on his public image, and you quite handily tore down that facade. He may walk free, but his power and ideals have taken a great blow.
Is that seriously all we can do? His actions and recklessness resulted in the death of Justin Wei. He should be punished within the letter of the law. You're not wrong, Mr. Cuthbert. But sometimes we can take the victories that we can get. It's probably right. There's still one thing that's nagging at me.
Oh, and what's that?
How was your safe unblocked if nothing was stolen? If Justin had gotten into your safe, he would have taken your gold with him. It would still be there.
Considering that nothing is missing, I'd rather leave it at that.
Really?
Justin was a good man. I'd rather not taint anyone's memory of him, especially Mossarika's.
Right, she was pretty upset about your accusations. I bet, before we get to it, because I bet it's about to be revealed, I bet he opened the safe and then decided against it. I bet he opened the safe and then decided, actually I'm a better person than this, and then decided to leave. That's what it is.
Nothing was taken, so no harm was done in that regard.
I suppose so. You can't help but wonder what actually happened. Are we now going to see? Oh. Okay, alright. Copy that. We can see a post-credits thing? Oh, I've heard this theme. Let's turn it up. Hold on. This is such a beautiful theme. I think this is a gorgeous theme. If you guys haven't listened to this theme in its entirely, I really suggest it. I haven't actually done that, but fuck, this is so gorgeous.
It all just makes no damn sense to me. The kid successfully dropped the guy robbed the guy days ago. No one saw him. No one even suspected him. Then he breaks into the place again? So he could put back the stolen gold?
I was wrong! Good stuff.
Does this make any sense to you, Eris?
Oh good, she's here. Have fun.
Perhaps he felt remorse for his actions, Father. Not everyone can betray the people they love so easily. And if that's true, I feel like there's a sense of tragic beauty to it all. If he had even tried to do the right thing, he would never have encountered the construct in the first place. He would have paid his debt, and he would still have his life. Yeah, it's true what they say. No good deed goes unpunished. It's a shame about the gold, though. I think we've more than made a profit today.
I, for one, am happy to have claimed a boatload of teeths today. Oh, they stole the boat. Well, I'll tell you a couple things that I'm surprised about with this case. I'm surprised that, one, I really thought the boat theft and the thing we were defending would come together and they would actually be, like, completely related. But it turns out that was just a thing that was going on, like, on the side. That was Eris and Itake, and they were just doing funky junk. Oh, I bet Itake is the one who killed Tyrion's mum. Yeah. Damn. And I bet he stole like a different Eye of Horus, maybe. Damn. This game is great. I really enjoy unraveling things. What's the next case called? The next one is Severed Ties. And I'm looking forward to it. We're definitely halfway through the game now. Yeah, the next one's called Severed Ties. We're definitely going to be dealing with some noble shenanigans there. Oh, I'm looking forward to unraveling this case. Right, I think we're going to leave it here. I'm kind of liking the idea of uploading this series as in sort of parts. We'll have the first episode be the whole first case. The second episode is first half of The Walking Dead. Third episode is second half. Fourth episode is first half of case 3, and fifth episode. Yes, fifth episode is this one. Good game. Thank you, Sick Spirit. So we'll be uploading this in halves to my YouTube, which I think I'll start doing now. I need to go ahead with uploading things generally. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. This game is great. I'm really, really enjoying it. I switched to the wrong thing. There we go. I'm looking forward to what happens next. I'm looking forward to both more cases. We've only got 2 left, which hurts me. I hope there's more. I hope this game does well and that they get more games of it, because it's peak. It's peak. So we'll do all that. And maybe we can play. Maybe I can keep going with Ace Attorney after this, because I think they're uploading the other Phoenix Wright games to the Switch, with the stuff with what's his face? Not not Phoenix Wright himself, but the guy after that. Apollo Justice, is that him? Maybe I think they're putting those on Switch. Might be wrong. Either way, there will be. So we'll do. We'll start case 4 tomorrow. We might finish it Thursday, but if not, I'm afraid regardless.